yung value ng strip na yan. So, yan yung dx natin. So, kung marami daw dx, meron pa daw yung katabi dito, another dx, then another dx, ayan. O, kung mapupuno daw natin yung mga dx na yan, yun daw yung total accumulation of a quantity and an antiderivative of a function. Malamang, yung antiderivative natin, ito yung integral of a function. Di ba sabi natin, integration is the opposite or the tawag dito, yung kabaliktaran ng derivative. O, ayan. So, in the mathematical form, we have I, or the integration, or yung iba ang ginagawa dito, this is also equal to the area under a given curve. The area or integration is equal to f of x dx from limits or lower limit natin is a and the upper limit is b. So, kung meron ulit daw tayong graph, for example, ayan. Yung values ng ating B at A can be values ng, kunyari, meron akong A dito and B dito. So kapag sinunsun daw natin yan, doon sa ating linya or doon sa ating f of x, ito, hanggang dito, ang ibig sabihin daw ng limit sa yan, dyan daw yung boundary kung saan natin kinukuha yung area. So for example, meron nga tayong values ng A and B, for lower and upper limits. Ayan. So, ito daw yung kinukunan natin na area under the curve. So, yung ating A and B dito, ito yung upper limit at yung A natin yung lower limit. O, ayun daw siya. O, ito lang naman ay review kung ano daw yung integration. So for example, the area under the f of the function f of x is equal to a squared from 0 to 1. O, ayun. So kung meron daw akong parabola na x squared, so ganito itsura niya. Ayan. So ito yung ating 0, ito yung ating 1, being 0 the lower limit and 1 as the upper limit. O, di ito lang daw yung makukuha natin or kinukuha daw nating area bounded by the curve. O, sige. Next naman daw, bakit ba daw tayo gumagamit ng numerical integration? So just like any other methods, yun daw ating numerical integration is an approximation of the true value of any given definite integral. Sabi dito, in many real-world problems, the function f of x may be difficult or impossible to integrate analytically. So there comes a time that the given function is impossible to get its equivalent integral or integration. So kung hindi natin daw kayang i-integrate, hindi daw tayo makakakuha ng value. Data may come in discrete form, example from experimental measurements. So the data are scattered daw. For example, kung meron daw kayong graph, then the values are scattered. Hindi ka daw, yan, nakascatter daw yung data. Yung mga data points mo. Hindi daw siya nagbibigay ng specific value or ng specific graph. So, ang gagawin daw natin, we can mathematically model these data points. O, kunyari yan yung data points na yan. So, pagdudugtong-dugtong natin, ayan. So, wala daw siyang common function. So, ang gagawin nyo daw dyan, kapag meron daw tayong discrete points or galing experimental data, we can get the equation how? We get P sub n of x using interpolation. Ayun. So kapag daw yung mga data daw natin ay ang binigay sa atin are data points and we do not know the actual function, eh ang gagawin daw natin, we will approximate the function for the given data points using numerical integration, yung napag-aralan natin previously. Then complex functions such as tabulated data and transcendental functions don't have closed form antiderivatives. O paano na lang daw kapag naghalo-halo na daw yung integral. For example, pinahanap sa'yo, the integral of yung ating f of x ay kunyari ay cosine squared x multiplied by ln of x divided by tangent of x. Ayan, dx from a to b. O, ayan, transcendental functions daw, halo-halo na. So, medyo mahirap daw kumuha ng area ng ganyan. So what we can do is we can use numerical integration to approximate the areas under these conditions. Therefore, we need numerical methods to approximate the value of the integral. O, yun nga yung sinabi ko. So ano ba daw yung basic idea na kailangan nating malaman when it comes to numerical integration? Sabi dito, numerical integration approximates the area under a curve by dividing it into small shapes. Commonly, yung ginagawa daw ninyo or yung ginagawa daw natin sa analytical solution is we use rectangles. Yung pinakita ko kanina, na naggagawa kayo ng strips. O kunyari, again, ito yung drawing. Kalimitan kumukuha kayo ng maliit dyan na rectangle. Tapos, yung kanyang width ay dx. Tapos, yung kanyang height, o depende kay value ng y. Yung value ng y, magbabago din yon depende daw sa position ng ating graph. Or, this is equal to f of x. Pero dito daw, gagamitin daw natin ay trapezoid. Kaya kung napansin nyo kanina, dun sa beginning, meron tayong binanggit na trapezoidal rule. So, ayun daw. Or parabolas. Pwede rin daw parabolas. Later on, we'll discuss this when we go to the Simpson's 1/3 and 3/8 rule. So, ano ba daw yan? So, yun pa rin naman, the integral of f of x dx from limits a to b is approximately equal to sum of small areas. In this case, we use trapezoid or parabola. Mamaya makikita daw natin sa example, paano ba daw natin tayo mag-i-integrate using trapezoid at saka parabolang yan. So, let's proceed now to the Newton-Cotes integration formula. So the Newton-Cotes formula are the most common numerical integration schemes. They are based on the strategy of replacing a complicated function or a tabulated data. In our case, most of the times, we will be using tabulated data. Ano ba yung sinasabi nating data, tabulated data? Katulad to nung ginagawa natin sa interpolation. Ang bigay sa inyo ay data points, and using those data points, you will use that to generate a mathematical model in the form of a polynomial p sub n of x, where n is the degree depending on the given set of data points or the number of tabulated data. So kalimitan sa numerical integration, gagamitin yung result ni interpolation para makapag-numerical integration. O ayan. With an approximating function, o ayan yung approximating function natin. Ito yung ating interpolating polynomial. Yan yung binabanggit siya na approximating function that is easy to integrate daw para mas madali daw tayong makapag-substitute ng values. So if we approximate the integral of f of x dx from a to b, we can replace f of x by the interpolating polynomial p sub n of x. O, pinaltan ko lang siya. Ginawa ko lang p sub n of x yung ating interpolating polynomial. If p sub n of x passes through n plus 1 data points or equally spaced data points, kasi technically, the Newton Cotes integration must have equally spaced data points. The formula obtained is called the Newton Cotes formula. And we're here, your p sub n of x is a polynomial in the form of p sub n of x is equal to a sub 0 plus a sub 1 of x plus tuldok-tuldok a sub n minus 1 multiplied by a sub n minus 1 x to the n minus 1 hanggang a sub n x to the n. O, ito yung ating general form ng interpolating polynomial or standard form. O kaya wag kakalimutan yung napag-aralan natin sa interpolating polynomial kasi gagamitin daw pala natin yun kadugtong ng pagsosolve ng numerical integration. Ayan daw. Paano ba daw gumagana yung sinasabi nating Newton Cotes? Sabi natin, we have two parts or two methods in solving for the area under any given curve or any data using data points. Sabi daw natin sa Newton Cotes, we have the trapezoid. Oh, ito trapezoid itong una. So yan, meron tayo dito trapezoid. Ito yung trapezoid natin. So, tapos sa kabila naman daw, pwede tayong gumamit ng parabola. So, yung trapezoid natin, this represents a first order. And this parabola represents a second order polynomial, p sub n of x. Kapag sinabi natin p sub n of x, again, this is the interpolating polynomial obtained from the given data points. For example, ito yung given points, x sub 0, f of x sub 0, and another point x sub 1, f of x sub 1. Since we have 2 points, therefore, we have a first order interpolating polynomial. Kapag tatlo, ayan, tatlo yung points natin, x sub 0, f of x sub 0, x sub 1, f of x sub 1, then we have x sub 2, f of x sub 2. We have 3 points, therefore, the degree of the interpolating polynomial is of second degree. So, ayun. So, technically, ito daw ating, tapos yung limits natin, a is equal to x sub 0 and b is equal to x sub 1. For the second example, the limit a is equal to x sub 0 and the upper limit b is equal to x sub 2. So, ang kukunin daw natin yung dulo-dulo ng given data points. So, ayan daw siya. So this is an approximation of an integral by the area under a single straight line and a for letter A and letter B for a single parabola. So, ganun daw natin siya i-integrate. Now, paano ba daw natin siya ini-integrate? Actually, so if we have equally set of data points, ayan, ito yung point 1, ito P1 natin, this is P2, P3, and P4. And tawag dito, and considering that they are spaced equally, so meron tayong x plus h, x or a plus h for the tawag dito for the tawag dito width nitong ating area 1, then we have a plus 2h for the width of this, then ito naman a plus 3h, and so on. So ang gagawin daw natin, using this parabola, not parabola, in this case we have tawag dito trapezoid, we have the first trapezoid here, ayan. Kukunin lang daw natin yung area ng trapezoid na yan. So, area 1 plus area 2, ayan, plus area 3. So, kukunin daw natin individually yung mga area na yan, and kapag kinuha natin yung summation ng area 1 plus area 2 plus area 3, we can get or we can approximate the total area. Remember, approximation lang siya kasi here, may certain region or may certain portion na hindi daw nasasakop ng ating approximation or ng ating area ng mga trapezoid. So this uh, area or regions na hindi daw nasakop ng ating solution, this is the error value. May error value pa rin daw siya kasi yung numerical integration only approximates the true value of a given function with the use of trapezoids or any shapes. O, ayun daw siya. So, yung true value natin dito, true value or true area is equal to yung ating approximate area plus yung error value in using any method under the numerical integration. Nasusundan pa ako? Nasusundan pa ako? Sure ha? Kapag may tanong, pwedeng magtanong. Yan. The approximation of an integral using straight line segments. So, dito daw, closed and open forms of Newton-Cotes formula are available daw. Pwedeng closed, pwedeng open. The closed form are those where the data points at the beginning and at the end of the limits of the integration are known. For example here, the limits a and b, or the values or the points for the lower and the upper limit a and b. This is your x value. For example, this is x sub 0, and your b is your value of x sub 1. In closed Newton-Cotes formula, the limits are given, whereas the open forms have integration limits that extend beyond the range. So for example, ito lang yung given sets of data points natin. But, ang pinapahanap sa ating value nung area is beyond. Kasi technically, kung ito daw yung sosolve natin, yung values ng x na given natin, ito lang daw siya. X sub 0, and ito yung extremes, x sub 0 and x sub 2. So pero yung ating limits of the integration, wala daw dun sa given data points. So for the purpose of the discussion, in the Newton-Cotes integration formula, we'll only be focusing on the closed forms wherein the limits a and b are included or are part of the given set of data points. O yun daw ang gagawin natin. So we'll just only be dealing with closed forms. 1 minute lang. Okay. Sige. So, yun daw yung ating gagamitin. Closed forms. So, in the Newton-Cotes formula, we will, since Newton-Cotes formula ay nagagamitin natin is yung ating closed form, at the same time, the data must be equally spaced. So, under Newton-Cotes formula, under these conditions, there are three rules or three methods that will be using in solving for the integration or the value of integration. So we have the trapezoidal rule, Simpson's 1/3 rule, and the Simpson's 3/8 rule. So yan tatlong yan, dyan daw iikot yung ating discussion for the Newton-Cotes formula. So for the first part, we have the trapezoidal rule. The trapezoidal rule is the first of the Newton-Cotes closed integration formula. It corresponds to the case where the polynomial is first order. So kapag sinabi nating first order, we have a straight line. So in this case daw, yung ating integration or the value of the area under the given curve can be represented as the integral of p sub n of x dx from limits a to b. Now, this part is the integration for your true value. And ito namang integration natin wherein meron tayong p sub n of x. This is our approximation. And again, if the p sub n of x is a first order interpolating polynomial, that means we have two sets of data points given. So meron tayo here, x sub 0, f of x sub 0 as your p1, and x sub 1, f of x sub 1, this is your p2. Then sabi natin, kung tayo daw ay nag-discuss ng interpolation, we can connect this using a straight line, and this line represents your first order interpolating polynomial p sub 1 of x. Ayan. And we will use this p sub 1 of x to approximate the original function f of x. So in this case, as you can see, the shaded region here is your approximation or approximate value of your integration I or area. Now, yung hindi daw masasakop noong ating area na to, this would represent naman daw itong nasa labas, yung unshaded portion, na ngayon ay sineshadan ko na, as the error value. O, ayun. So, ganun daw ang ginagawa daw natin in trapezoidal rule. Kukuha lang daw tayo ng 2 points, we connect the 2 points, and then we solve for the value of the, of the area under those bounded regions. And as you can see, yung daw shape na mabubuo natin dito is like a, is like a trapezoid. Kaya daw siya tinawag na trapezoidal rule. Mukha daw siyang trapezoid. So, kung marunong kayong mag-compute ng area ng trapezoid, madali lang daw itong numerical integration sa inyo. Pero paano ba daw natin siya nga gagawin? Recall from your interpolation that a straight line can be represented as p sub 1 of x, f of x sub 0, plus f of x sub 1 minus f of x sub 0 all over x sub 1 minus x sub 0, and multiplied by x minus x sub 0. So ito yung ating formula for first order interpolating polynomial. Now, letting x sub 0 equal to a and x sub 1 be equal to b for your upper and lower limits, we can substitute the values of x sub 0 with a, and for all the values of x sub 1, papalitan daw natin siya ng b. Para yung general form daw natin ng integration of p of x, p sub n of x dx from the limits a to b. Ayan. So yung a natin dito technically is x sub 0 and yung b natin is x sub 1 for first order polynomial. So pinalitan lang natin siya. So the area under the straight line is an estimate of the integral between f of x and the limits a and b. So ayan. By substituting the values, we have the integration of our interpolating polynomial, ito, first order interpolating polynomial, dx, interpolating polynomial natin dito, dx, limits natin is from a to b. So a to b na siya, so napalitan na natin sa lahat ng values. Then kung mapapansin ninyo, the integration na lang would depend on this value of x. So if we integrate that, ayan, evaluating the integration, this results to, ayan, the formula na daw natin wherein yung ating I is equal to or approximately equal to b minus a multiplied by f of b all over 2 plus f of a all over 2. Rearranging our equation, we'll have b minus a all over 2 multiplied by f of a plus f of b. Or pwede mo interchange on f of b plus f of a. So, letting h is equal to b minus a, our formula for the trapezoidal rule is now I is approximately equal to h all over 2 multiplied by f of b plus f of a, where your h here is the height of the parabola, not parabola pala, height of the trapezoid, and yung ating f of b and f of a represents the base. Kasi kung matatandaan ninyo, di ba in trapezoidal, in the area of the trapezoid, area is equal to yung ating altitude h multiplied by base 1 plus base 2 all over 2. Kung matatandaan ninyo. So, inilabas lang daw natin yung 2. Area is equal to h all over 2 multiplied by b sub 1 plus b sub 2. So, technically, this trapezoidal rule or trapezoidal formula is just the formula of a given trapezoid. Wherein, kinuha lang daw natin yung values ng ating h at yung ating base in terms of the given limits. So, your h, f of b, and f of a for the formula, kasi yun yung nasa formula natin, depends on the limits of the integration we want to solve. Ayan. So, ang kailangan nyo lang daw pala is yung a and b na given, makakakuha na daw tayo ng value ng integration using the trapezoidal rule. Tatandaan daw yun. Now, in solving for the error of the trapezoidal rule, when we employ the integral under straight line segment to approximate the integral under a curve, we can obviously can incur an error that may be substantial. For example, ito yung ating error. Itong area na to. Error value. Pwede daw malaki, pwede daw maliit, depending on the